All right, y'all. We're going to talk about it. What's good with y'all, man? It's Crunch Time TV. Let's talk about this Karl Anthony Towns trade that just happened, as Karl Anthony Towns has gotten traded to the New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson in them, as Minnesota has basically traded him away from their squad. Tossed him, got rid of him, however you want to slice it, however you want to, spin it. So people ask me already what do I think about this. It's crazy. Yesterday we was talking about the Eastern Conference, who gonna come out the East, in that video we did about Tatum and Brown. We was talking about who gonna come out the East, and we was all basically, I'm gonna speak for myself, is that I wasn't looking at the Knicks as a threat. I think they had, basically a whole bunch of role players on the team. And I was like, well, Paul George went to the Sixers. If Paul George had gone to the Knicks, then I'll be looking at the Knicks as like, okay, a threat, somebody that can kind of help, Jalen Brunson, because I do think that Jalen Brunson has that dog in him to be the leader, and he's going to score enough points. So I'm like, all right, the data boy PG over there, he going to give you 22, 25 alongside. Now they have added Karl Anthony Towns, and the question is Towns that piece that I was basically saying that they needed? Now the question is Towns that piece that New York needed? Right? And I believe that he may be. I believe he may be that piece that they needed. When you look at what Karl Anthony Towns is going to bring, he's going to bring you at least 24, 25, 26 points a game to the table, and he's going to bring more spacing and better shooting than a dude like Julius Randle. I do think he's going to be an upgrade from a dude like Julius Randle. Not necessarily because Randle was bad, but what it's going to do is add a different dynamic, and then all the other role players they brought on the team, they're going to be the gritty ones doing the dirty work, where Towns is only going to have to focus on mainly scoring and stuff like that. What's going to end up happening is they're going to really, really contend against Philly. He's going to help them continue to contend against Philly, against teams like Giannis and the Bucks, because by him being a big man, he's going to bring you that big man production. Honestly, I do believe he's still a top 5 center in the league when he's playing at his best. So if they play him at the center, that's going to be substantial. So the question is, is that what Jalen Brunson needs? Y'all say that he's that guy. He basically has no excuse right now because he got all those dudes from his Villanova squad with his Villanova pedigree. He should now get the job done where you got to do like Karl Anthony Towns. So huge contenders to come out of the East. Huge contenders to come out of the East off of this. I believe in Cat when it comes down to, him having the actual... He has the weaknesses that Towns has, right, as far as him being a dog, him being... you know what I'm saying, gritty. I think the New York culture surrounding him now is going to supplement that for him. The question is he going to be that chink in the armor where, because one bad chink in the armor can mess up the whole thing. One bad link in the chain can make everything break. So is he going to be a bad link in the chain, or is he going to let that environment rub off on him? Because that'll add a whole nother dynamic to his game. Now, when you look at the other side, Julius Randle, I'm seeing people in the comments saying the Timberwolves got worse. Listen, bro, I don't know if y'all seen the stat. I should have screenshotted it. I think I might have screenshotted it, but I'm not sure. But y'all, listen, a big stat has came out basically exposing the fact that Karl Anthony Towns was kind of making the Minnesota Timberwolves worse. Because the Timberwolves, it was a stat that came out saying that the Timberwolves was like minus 12 points. 12 to 13 points whenever Karl Anthony Towns was playing, when they was in the playoffs. So this is what you got to understand. The coaching staff and the management is probably looking at that like, okay, well, do we want, like, is somebody going to say something about that? Yo, somebody going to, hey, look, y'all seen that? So if you the GM, if you a coach and you find out that stat, or you just that's something they probably notice in general throughout the playoffs, like, yo, Towns messing us up. So when it comes down to making a trade in the offseason, the people on the team is like, yo, somebody gonna say something about Towns messing us up. So you bring Randle, right? This is the thing what happened when you bring Randle. Everybody's saying, oh, they got worse, right? Look, Randle going to give you the same points. Julius Randle going to give you the same 25 a game. He can give you the same 25 a game that Randle that Towns is giving you. But the thing is that he is going to get it a different way. But you do not need that much spacing that you had with Towns. Like, look, Randle, the things that kind of held the Knicks back is not going to hold Minnesota back. Because he is not going to be their first option. Anthony Edwards is the first option. He can still score in a whole variety of ways. And the thing is, they added more scoring. So I've seen people saying that the Timberwolves messed up their scoring. You lose scoring. For one, Randle's going to give you the 25 a game. And for two, Minnesota has added new pieces to the They have added new pieces to the roster with Rob Dillingham. You know what I'm saying to you? Daniel, how the line go? I'm going to think you 12. You leave your gun. I'm clutch as Rob Dillingham. Right? So at the end of the day, they got Rob. Y'all got to believe in the pieces they drafting. They got Terrence Shannon Jr., bro. And then so by them having Terrence Shannon Jr., he's going to grow into a piece that may be better than Towns. Wait it out. Right? You said no spacing now, bro. Anthony Edwards going to slice and dice you and get to the lane regardless. Shoot a pull-up regardless. Dunk on you regardless. Y'all talking about spacing. We talking about Anthony Edwards. And you got Rob Dillingham, probably the shiftiest guard coming out in the draft. So where the space is not going to be an issue because you're still going to have dudes that can knock down the three ball. First of all, bro, you don't need that much spacing. Again, Towns already was making them worse by him being on the court in the playoffs. You said, is Karl going to stay healthy this year? The thing is, you good. See, the Knicks was good enough to make a high seed in the playoffs without Towns. And so, even if Towns is unhealthy, guess who else is unhealthy? Embiid. So, the biggest, big man threat that you had to worry about going into the playoffs, Embiid and Giannis, they be unhealthy. They was unhealthy last year. So, all you got to do is make sure Towns is more healthier than them. KP, injured. All you got to do is make sure that Towns is healthier than them. You know what I'm saying to you, dog? So then when you come down to Gobert, you said, and play with Gobert, bro, they going to toughen that man up. Randle going to toughen him up. Randle was providing the more interior defense that Gobert was struggling with last season because Towns wasn't necessarily giving you that. So now you're going to have Randle to where, like, okay, let's say this. Let's say, okay, Rudy Gobert getting exposed on defense. Just switch him and put Randle on him. You still got Naz Reid. Right? You said DiVincenzo averaged 15 points. He would contribute. That's another thing that we have not brought up into the equation is that they have DiVincenzo, who is going to space the floor. You have DiVincenzo, bro. So I need to know what y'all worried about when it come down to this. I'm not driving. Matter of fact, I'm going to get out because they're going to think I'm driving, but I ain't doing that. I'm not understanding what y'all worried about. When it comes down to a dude like, when it come down to this squad, y'all keep making it seem like they messed up. So, again, bro, I like it on both sides, man. The New York Knicks. Let's go back to the Knicks real quick. The New York Knicks. The one thing I said they needed was another 25-point-per-game scorer. That's what they needed. They needed a dude like Paul George. So, when I say Paul George, you look at Towns, they basically on the same level right now. If you go to Towns, if you think about Towns and Paul George, but now Towns give you more rebounding. You don't got to worry about, you don't got to worry about, like, the perimeter defense because they got all them dudes from Villanova that's going to do that. They got all them dudes. They got Mikal Bridges. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart. They good when it come down to that. Oh, we go inside, Joe. It's loud outside. They got Mikal Bridges. They got Josh Hart. So they all right. You said cats off. Now the thing, I mean, I don't know if they going. That's not guaranteed them coming out the East, but it's like it puts you right where you're supposed to be at.
Yo.
Hey, go ahead, Joe. I might pay for this food.
My boy Sweat Dog just invited me to play too. That's tough.
Yo, what up, though, Crunch?
Sweat Dogs. Let's see how much food he got with him.
Yeah,
I feel like people are underrating this trade for the T-Wolves.
I feel like the Knicks stayed the same on offense and got worse on defense because they losing Dante. To be honest,
I think their defense is still fine. I think having Josh, OG, and McCall can.
and Dante, if y'all watched last year the playoffs, bro, he was like a key factor, like how they were playing. Him and Josh Hart.
But my thing is with the T-Wolves, if they get someone who can actually play make at an average level outside of Mike Conley.
Bro, you got to think, Cat and Randle. So you're saying Cat's way better on offense than Randle?
What's up, Flat Earther?
Come on, what is he talking about?
No, I'm saying Julius Randle's a playmaker.
I'm talking about Jay Jones, not you. In the comments.
Hey, I think what's gonna hit Cat is he played with Tibbs before also, so you know what Tibbs expects.
So I ain't hear what y'all said so far. What y'all think about this trade?
Cat about to be Kristaps Porzingis, bro. He's about to just be a role player over there.
I don't like the trade, man, because I feel like Dante fits Tibbs' style of offense perfect. I feel like
Towns better than Porzingis.
But you gotta think why it is you could not.
He is, but he just doesn't play like it. Like we know he has the talent.
In the playoffs, Cat disappeared, bro.
He was on the Knicks. Remember, all the other dudes they got for us on the team are role players.
Cat is a role player to me too, bro. Like
It's gonna
be him and Jalen Brunson.
Bro, when you have that type of talent, and bro, Cat has the talent. Did y'all ever notice how Edwards was always trying to like pump Cat's head up to let him know, like, man, you have so much talent, you should be out here killing.
It's not in him.
Always tried to hype him up because Cat just don't have that type of dog, and that's why I say he's a role player, bro.
And Cat disappear in the playoffs.
But I think with Thibodeau, Thibodeau gonna bring that shit out of him the second time around.
Cat's a glorified Lauri Markkanen. He's not even better than him.
That's a great
guy. I think
I
think Thibodeau could bring that shit out of him the second time around. Pause. That was crazy though. That was crazy. It's too early for that. That was crazy.
I don't think it's a coaching thing.
Bro, Randle had one bad playoff series that everybody was blaming him for. Right. Randle had one bad playoff series.
I think it's more of a mentality thing with Cat. Whenever there's someone on the floor with him that he sees as being aggressive, he just doesn't feel the need to also be aggressive. He immediately takes a back seat. There's a lot of players like that. There's a lot of players that are like that. It's just natural.
I think what Cat was better with for the Knicks is you could put him at a 4 to 5. You couldn't put Randle at the 4 to 5. You could put Cat at the 4
to 5. No, he's gonna be real good for the Knicks. He's gonna be real good for the Knicks.
Man, Cat's not it, bro. They thought that was getting the championship.
Cat's just not it.
The problem I have with both of these, like, which one?
No, we're not saying championship. We're just saying who won the trade. I ain't saying they're gonna win a chip.
You know, who's gonna?
I think the Timberwolves.
That's what the Knicks made that move for. They think Cat their championship piece, but he's not. What the hell?
I would say that was the Timberwolves because they added, like, you know, Dante DiVincenzo was on the best defense.
Yeah, Timberwolves won that trade. They got a great defender. They got a great defender with an All NBA player. They got a great 3-and-D player with an offensive player like Randle that can be All NBA second, third team.
My problem with Randle and Cat is they both inconsistent, bro.
Yeah, but at least with Randle, you get some playmaking out of him, what you need with the T-Wolves.
Yeah, so and like with the help of, like, you know, Mike Conley and all of them, they'll be able to run their offense fluently with Randle and DiVincenzo.
I seen somebody saying something about space and like Randle can't shoot just like Cat can. Cat shoots better, but
and they got DiVincenzo too.
Cat's obviously a better shooter.
Y'all sleeping on how crazy Brunson about to go with nobody clogging the lane. All his game is lane work.
Bad.
Knicks. All his game. If you watch the playoffs, the only thing that slowed him down was Mitchell Robinson, man, helping off him. Now that there's nobody in the lane, he might win MVP though. He might be in that conversation for real. He might
Is Cat gonna play center?
Nah,
Is Cat gonna play center?
bro.
He gonna play a lot of time at the 5, of course.
Yeah. Mitchell's not even playing until like December, January.
Yeah, Mitch is out.
Oh wow. Oh okay. So they going 5 out then, pretty much.
That's why I don't hate this trade because they needed a center, but
we needed somebody that can shoot from the 5 position.
I didn't know Mitchell was still hurt. Goddamn.
I feel like
We needed somebody that can shoot from the 5. Brunson game is lane work. He about to go crazy.
I feel like Randle gonna be tough this year too.
He might be. I mean, that's a good trade for the Wolves too.
I don't love Cat, but just for the simple fact that you can't rely on Mitchell Robinson to be on the floor, like this isn't tough for them.
At all.
You need at least some.
Mitchell Robinson should have been traded.
I wonder.
He'll go back. He'll go back.
What you eating, Crunch? What you eating, Crunch?
Yeah, but that nigga, he always hurt.
I see food right now.
Nigga eat like a slave.
What?
This man Plato still think we went to the moon.
He said Julius Randle only plays ISO bar.
Hey, so what's the Knicks starting lineup?
Yeah, Randle. I don't know if Randle's style was gonna fit that
Brunson.
No, Brunson, Hart,
Brunson, Hart, Mikal, OG, and Cat.
That's a good starting lineup, bro.
That's crazy.
Solid. That's solid.
It's a solid five, but that's still not beating the Celtics.
Deuce McBride off the bench.
I think I got the Knicks beating the Bucks now.
No, yeah.
No.
Relax.
Giannis is running through Cat.
Do you know what Giannis would do to Cat? Oh my god.
Literally.
Games are choke.
Do you know what Giannis would do to Cat?
I think I got the Knicks beating the Bucks, man.
OG played defense on Giannis real well.
Man, please, he's too small.
Giannis, he got 40 on him.
He
got 40 on them, bro.
He's too small.
I know he's not talking about. I know he's not talking
Forgot about
about.
OG. See what I'm talking about in defense. They got Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. I forgot about OG.
All them
And
niggas is too
McBride
small
off
for
the
Giannis,
bench.
bro.
McBride 94 feet with it.
Raptors.
McBride is 94 feet
for
with it.
Giannis.
Campaign off the bench, McBride.
And we should know by now there's not a single individual that can stop Giannis one-on-one. Like that's never happened.
Of course.
Except for maybe Bam. Bam is really the only one.
Bam,
And Al
it's a
Horford.
bunch of help stuff. That's the thing about
No. Al Horford gets dog walked by Giannis every time he sees that nigga.
Al Horford guard Joel Embiid.
Giannis get a nigga 45
so well for
last
some
time in the
reason.
playoffs for the whole goddamn series.
Literally.
Like, Al Horford can't fuck with that nigga either.
What about Josh Hart?
He's funny, huh?
Giannis too big for him.
Crazy, bro.
You think he's gonna give him
The
problems?
Knicks is a second round exit, man. Like, they did all that for a
Crazy.
second round exit, man.
Bro, think about it. They bring
Depending on
the
the
same
matchup,
team
depending
back.
on
They
the
bring the
matchup.
same team from the playoffs back last year, except minus
No, bro,
DiVincenzo,
they
add
brought
McHale, and add
They
Cat.
brought the chemistry up for a second round exit.
And minus Isaiah Hartenstein.
And minus Isaiah Hart. So minus Isaiah Hart and Devo from the last year's playoff team, add McHale and Cat.
Hey, what's they bench looking like, bro? I can't remember.
Deuce McBride, Campaign, Tyler Kolek, Precious,
Very mid.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, it's mid. Yeah, kind of mid.
Deuce McBride. If y'all I don't know how much y'all watch Deuce McBride. He's a bomb. I don't know if y'all watch Deuce
But he
McBride.
ain't no factor, bro. Y'all broke
He's
up
a
the
factor, bro. Stop
no
it.
factor, bro.
Hey, do you
TJ McConnell's a factor. He's definitely a factor. Stop
Hey,
it.
do you think how much
Calls on the
time,
Knicks.
how much time you think Dante gonna get? Because Dante not gonna start. So what y'all think his minutes gonna look like over in? Because then you got Mike, you got Conley, you
They
got
got Dillingham too.
Dillingham. They got a lot of guards over there.
A lot of guards. A lot of two.
As long as he's not taking Terrence Shannon minutes.
I know how to cook.
Come on now,
I know how to cook food.
Knicks is scary. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I know how to cook food.
Marcus Morris too low key.
The Timberwolves got better, yo.
Both teams got better, I think.
Leon, put your cleats on.
If I'm the Knicks,
You
if I'm
consider
the
that
I
Knicks,
think they just gave the Knicks a
Go
second
put your
round
cleats
exit.
on.
That's how I'm feeling, bro.
How?
Yeah,
You
go
know,
everybody.
Hey,
last year's
Crunch.
playoff team got
You
better.
gotta put your feet on the ground.
This man,
Yo,
AU
Crunch.
football.
Hey, let me know what y'all think
Y'all
about
ready to
that.
get that win today, baby?
If I'm the Knicks, I call up the Nets and I talk to him about.
And I gotta see Brunson do what he did last year again this year.
Yeah,
That's all I'm trying to say.
You said
That's
what?
light.
The Knicks should call up the Nets and ask him about Ben Simmons.
Really?
What?
Yeah. No,
Oh hell no!
for
They
real.
don't,
This is the last
need
year
that-
of his
don't need that
contract. It's the last year of
cancellation.
his contract. He's a free agent after this, so he's only on the
Low-key,
books.
yeah, that's low-key
He
not
would
bad
only
for
be
that
on the
squad,
books
though.
for 1 year. You're playing a 5-out system.
Why would you?
That's low-key not.
Why would you want a
mean,
guy that can't shoot?
I mean, I don't know, man. The Knicks trying to get as
Because
many.
Ben, in that system with everyone else that can shoot, can still get to the rim at will, and he's a solid
You
playmaker
thinking
on
about Ben
offense
5
too.
years ago?
And on
Ben played
defense,
like that in 5 years.
when he's healthy, he's a
Right, he's
DPOY
healthy.
level
Play-Doh,
defender.
Hey, Play-Doh, you know what?
Bro, he said his back feel better.
Look, Play-Doh,
Yeah, he said that for the past 3 years.
Look, Play-Doh, hey, Play-Doh, you know who can guard Giannis? Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, yeah, that's another reason I'm saying.
Oh my God, Ben
That's
Simmons
another
not
reason
getting
I'm
on
saying
nobody court, bro.
he
What are
can
y'all
guard and
saying,
beat as
bro?
well. He can guard and beat as well.
This is kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
better than
Simmons are
Cat.
y'all
What
talking
you talking about?
Confused.
What Ben Simmons are y'all talking about? Because you must be talking about some other guy.
Bro, look, I know he hasn't been healthy the last 3 years, but whenever
He
he's
played
on the
though. When he
court
did
and
play, he was
whenever
ass.
he's playing, bro, the
That man had a pinch
the
nerve in
past
his
2
back.
seasons, whenever he's on the court, he's looked really good, and that was next to Nick Claxton, who doesn't
That
space
was
the floor
really
at all.
good. What is we talking about?
No, bro, I'm telling you, the last 2 seasons when he's played,
No, he didn't. Go
he's
look at that man
bro.
numbers.
Go,
The best team
go
in
look
the
at some games from him from the last 2 seasons. I've been watching this for a while.
No,
Trust me.
what?
That's the best.
Go look at his last couple games in the last few seasons.
That's the best.
So you
He's
taking one or
good
2
when he's
games and
healthy, but
saying
for
that's
some
why the
reason
Knicks
he's
should
just so
buy him?
goddamn injury prone. But whenever he's on the court, he's very productive.
I fuck with
They don't
him.
need any more
Like,
injury prone niggas. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, you a Knicks fan, Jay Jones?
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all
I'm
used
from
to
New York. I'm from New York.
Plato's Knicks man.
y'all
from
used
I'm
to
not a fucking Knicks fan.
Ew.
No, I just lied.
All right, y'all got to slide, Joe. I got with Randle and shit. But yeah,
Say less.
that Ben Simmons might be interesting, man.
Yo, come on, yo.